Is it possible to be buying a property for less than 250? The answer is yes. If you are one of those people that have been following us here and who's also a subscriber on this channel, you would know that these are the kind of deals that we are always looking for. But it's not just about that. It is the fact that I've been in the real estate business for a minute, doing flips, doing student accommodation for myself, and also owning that business which is called my flipping projects, where we do flipping for other people who are not able to do it. So welcome, my good friends. On today's video, at the top of the hour, like what we've always been doing, every Wednesday we bring you Wednesday Deal Day. And it is a Wednesday today, and I'm excited because we're going into the holidays. And I decided that instead of just giving you a deal, how about I throw in some education today? I know it's a Wednesday, and I know we're always saying that Monday is our educational day, but allow me, I'm going to give you a two-part series video where I'm going to be educating you on how you, without me, you can be able to do flipping. So we're going to call this video today, Introduction to House Flipping in South Africa with Little Money. Yeah, how does it sound? Let me say that again. Introducing to house flipping in South Africa with little money. I believe that anybody can do it. But let's start talk about it. I'm going to give you guys the deal for today a little bit later. But I just want us to focus on what is it that's flipping? Because I think a lot of us, we come through here, we see these numbers, we get excited, but we actually don't understand what it is that we are talking about. So today, I'm just going to go in a little bit granular. Forgive me if you're a pro. Yeah? If you're a pro, forgive me. But somebody out there needs to hear this today. So what is flipping? So house flipping, it's a popular strategy, which means that there's lots of people that do it. But basically, it is the art of making profit in real estate. But in South Africa particularly, right, it is popular. And the reason why it's popular is because you get this chunk of money coming through. And a lot of people are always chasing the chunk of money. And I always say, don't chase the chunk of money. Chase to see how best you can be able to solve the problem. Some of the problems you can solve in between. Because the problems in real estate means the bigger the money. But not all of us are able to solve for these problems, right? But one of the biggest problems that we do have is that in South Africa particularly, many people think that flipping homes is only for those that have deep pockets. That's what many people think. But the good news is that it is possible to flip homes with very little money, and that's what we're going to be focusing on today's video. Now that we understand what flipping is all about, it's buying property at a low, right? Irrespective whether you got big pockets or small pockets, it doesn't matter, but we need to be buying properties at a low. They have to be affordable to us, right? And then thereafter, we're going to be selling them at a high. The difference is what is going to be our profit to us. So how best do we do that? Well, I went on to look at back in the days when I started doing flipping unintentional. These days I do it intentionally. I want to close a deal every week. And my partners that I've got, we are closing a deal, if not two, every week here at the TJ Tribe, particularly in our business that's called My Flipping Projects. Some of you, we are helping you. Those that are subscribed here, we are helping you already in that business to flip your own projects. Now, I looked back when I was starting off and I said to myself, what made me to look? One. Number two, what made me to find? So how did I find these deals, good deals, coming through my way? And how have I created a big flow that I can be able to close one deal? Because if I'm closing a deal a week or maybe two, which basically means that maybe I've actually assessed maybe about 5 or more within the same period of time. so that I can get to the cream deal. Cream de la rare. Yeah. What does that mean anyway? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Yeah. But anyways, let's go and talk about it. So, how do you find the right property? Finding the right property is the key to all of this. So I'm going to give you 3 tips. The first one is that we have to look for what we call distressed properties. What are distressed properties? These are properties that need a bit of work, but they are priced on a low. So how would you know that this property is distressed? Well, you would walk on a street and you would see all the properties on that particular street. They look sharp, right? Their gardens are nicely done, swimming pools are sparkling, that kind of thing. They are painted nicely, but there's this one property. It just looks like people have gone on holiday for just far too long. There's grass everywhere. The roof is almost something else. I don't know. So that property there is the one that is good for flipping because it is distressed, right? The property itself is distressed. It's evident that the property is distressed. I'm going to be giving you a deal today that we are buying for 250, and the property is not distressed, but the owner of the property is distressed, which is point number 2. So point number 2 is that I might be the owner of this property. You remember when I was in business back in the days, like 15 years ago, and I bought the farm. I wrote that in my book. I bought a farm, and basically I wasn't able to pay for some of my debts and so on. And I've been in the game for a long time, my good friends. I've got scars to show it. I've failed forward over the years. I've failed forward. And within that, because I wasn't able to pay, it basically means that I was distressed. So I was financially distressed. That's the second point. But how do you know that someone is financially distressed? It might not be obvious that someone is financially distressed, but you can see as well when the property is being sold. They might be selling a property for R1 million, and then you would ask for rates and taxes, you ask for levies. So you're just basically asking for whatever that they are needing to be paying on a monthly basis. Or you ask for an insurance claims report, and then bingo, they say there is no insurance. Who would want to buy a $1 million house and not have insurance on it? So basically it means that they are distressed, financially distressed. So for that reason, if their municipality bills hasn't been paid for like 4 or 5 months, why wouldn't you pay? So they are distressed. These are signs, the signs. Yeah, it's like, mama, send me a sign, like Juju said the other day, right? If you don't know that joke about Juju asking Mama to send him a sign, it's been a while, right? But anyways, that is point number 2 about distressed properties. Distressed properties, distressed owners. The second one is that, is that consider what they call up and coming neighborhoods. So in our country or South Africa, we've been privileged that we have neighborhoods that were great, and then they turned down, and then they went up again, or are going up again. Some of these areas, if I may give you examples, back in the days, or should I say, I started investing in an area in Johannesburg that is called Kempton Park. And Kempton Park has literally done a rejuvenation up and down and up again over the years. Another area is the famous Berea. Because of the business, the company, the bank, tough, they have gone up, then come up again, they come down, and then now they're going up. In Cape Town, there's also other areas. Woodstock is another area that is also gone up and is going up, gone down and going up again. There's so many areas that we can think about. Actually, now that I'm saying it, you're probably going to joggle your mind to say, this area has gone up and now gone down and now it's going up. So within these areas, the neighborhood is a fairly, I want to say, an affordable or expensive area. But what you then do is that you start identifying these properties that I spoke to you about that are not doing so well, they're not looking so well, but they are poised for growth. Right? What do I mean by that? It basically means that if they were cleaned up, they will be on the same price with the others. So you target those properties. That is my point number 3. Point number 4 is that in South Africa, you might have seen boards boards or maybe adverts. If you are on any of these social medias, they'll probably hit you up all the time about auctions, auctions, auctions. There's private auctions, there's the sheriff auctions, which is the public one. And in South Africa, property auctions can offer great deals, but it can also be a nightmare if you don't know what you're doing. Right. Everything has a risk. Somebody says to me the other day, TJ, does it have a risk? I said, yeah, everything comes with a risk. Just waking up alone has a risk, right? You might be sitting on a bed and then you are now coming off and bingo, you break your leg. That's a risk. You are taking the risk knowing that you're going to stand, but it's a risk, right? Drinking water is a risk alone, right? There's nothing in life that does not have a risk. So I have given you a little bit of education. We are talking about introduction to house flipping in South Africa with little money. We have spoken about what is flipping itself. We have spoken about the opportunities where you can get these properties. And then the last one of those opportunities is that every Wednesday, we're bringing what we call Wednesday Deal Day. And you don't have to do all of these things that I mentioned. You can come here and then just tune in. Or you can fill in this form here, which says www.thetjtribe.com/myflip. Within this form, you can be able to fill it this way. And once you have filled it in like that, my good friends, you get deals all the time from us. And some of these deals, my good friends, you get them via email, or some of them you get them via WhatsApp. It just depends on how hot the deal is. And within that, this deal that we're going to be showcasing today is a deal that you can be able to get. Or you can come here every Wednesday at the top of the hour at 7 o'clock, and then we discuss the deal, and then you just heat it up like that. Some people, I did say that you can be able to do flips with little money. What is little money? It's a fact in South Africa that when you are buying properties, you need a little bit of some money. Now, what is a little bit of some money? I'm just going to jump onto today's deal. It is a property, a 2-bed, 1-bath in an area that's called La Roche. La Roche? I don't know. Maybe you pronounce it differently. I don't know. La Roche? La Rochelle? I don't know. Anyway, it's a property, 2-bed, 1-bath. Area don't matter. We can figure out how to pronounce it. And this is a 2-bed, 1-bath. We are buying it for a whooping 250,000. Right? Been agreed upon 250,000. It is valued for 650,597. That's its current value right now. Is there something wrong with this property? Is the property distressed? No. Okay? Is the owner distressed? Oh, yes. Right. Okay, so it's a good deal here, right? The owner is distressed. We are going to jump on and we're going to give them 250,000. You will need an additional 64,000 just for closing costs, renovation, and that kind of stuff. So you're all in for the deal at around about 320,000. Now, if you had to sell this property at, let's say, 580, you are sitting on a income, profit to you of no less of 200,000. To be precise, 220,000 is what you're going to be banking. It's a whooping 60% return on investment. Now, you can go ahead and you can go and find these deals the way I've just taught you today. It's possible, you can. I've been doing this. This is how I'm continuously getting deals, right? I now know many agents that bring us these deals. I now know many people that bring us these deals all the time. And hence, I'm also buying all the time. So they have confidence that I can perform. So they bring me all these deals. Now, this is the other part where I say to you, for little money. This is the other part where I say, for little money, you can also jump onto this deal. As an example, this property is for 250. Right. We have had people that have come together to us. They say, TJ, I want to partner up with someone. They say, TJ, I've got X amount of money. And if that is you with little money on this deal, you can then be able to be clubbed within this, my flipping project business that we do. And then thereafter, we can go out, you buy your own deal, knit it together, and your little money together with the next person's little money, and the bingo, we will just facilitate the buying and the selling. Because we have the deal, we can be able to do that. Now, my good friends, that's an easy way for you to become a flipper with very little money. I'm hoping that I have given you an insight of doing flipping, or should I say introducing you to flipping with little money in South Africa. This is video 1 of 2. I'm going to be doing part 2 of some education. I do have a deal. I've given you the deal, but I've given you some education. Remember, we're focusing on flipping in South Africa with little money, and thereafter, right, the profits could be amazing. What you do with your profits is up to you. The property belongs to you. You do whatever you want to do. Does it make sense? Right? Let me know in the comments. But as we go on, part 2 of this video is coming on next week right here with another deal at the TJ Tribe. So until I see you again right here at the TJ Tribe, don't forget to fill in the form. www.thetjtribe.com. My flip, that's where it is. Fill in the form. We will get in touch with you and help you on your journey of being a flipper in flipping projects in Johannesburg particularly. Do we flip projects in everywhere in South Africa? No, really at this time. We're just focusing on Johannesburg. So my good friends, I will see you again right here at the TJ Tribe. Boom!